The countdown is on until Endwalker arrives, and that means scrambling to do a bunch of fucking videos that I wish I had more time to do, and getting them done before Endwalker launches, and everything changes. So what is up there, guys? This is Cobrak, and it is time to rank and tier list every goddamn Final Fantasy XIV character. I notice, by the way, that Lady Chai is missing off this goddamn tier list. So is Gaia, so is Elidibus, I think, and Jarek, the trolley twat. So those are going to be honourable mentions towards the end, you know what I'm saying? But let's just begin. I should preface this by saying that, man, we are going to disagree like crazy. There's going to be dislikes on this video, there's going to be people raging. And you know what, man, you're entitled to your opinion, and I'm entitled to disagree, you know what I'm saying? So let's keep things civil, shall we? Let's begin with Theo Ull. Boom! Theo's just, I mean, I think that they really speak for themselves. Oh, look at me, even get the pronouns right, man. I'm doing well and we're off to a good start, ladies and gents. And moving swiftly on to this guy. I forget this guy's name. All I remember him is Little Son. So look, man, it's not me who's putting him in trash tier, okay? It's your Stola. If you really like this guy and you're pissed off about this, don't come raging at me, you know what I'm saying? It was Yestola who dunked so fucking hard on this guy that his balls shrunk. Ain't my fault, alright? Takes us on to Alice. Alice, man, you know what? I'm just popping in C tier while I think a little bit, by the way, because we're just winging this. You know what I'm saying? We're just winging this. God damn, man. I mean, she's the Warrior of Light's little sister and all that. You can't dunk on her too hard. I think Alice is really, really cool as a character, man. I really, really enjoy Alice. For me, Alfie is very much more of the prim and proper, pompous kind of, you know, he's improved a lot, but he certainly started out that way. Whereas Alice being the hothead, being the badass, I don't know, I think that she's great. I think it was really, really cool as well, given that she was the last of the Scions, besides us, to kind of get sucked through into the first, you know? And so we kind of have that moment where she's like, you know, don't you leave me too, goddammit, don't you leave me, you know, like, we've got to stick together through this, you know? So I feel like we had like that special bonding moment with Alice, such that once we were all like infected and bloated with the light in the first, as Shadowbringers went on, you could really feel her pain and her terror because of what she went through via Tesleen, you know? What happened to poor Tesleen? You could feel Alice's pain and angst really strongly through like all of Shadowbringers, man. I don't know, I felt like she was really compelling. Should probably also preface this by just mentioning, obviously, we're shooting this a few weeks, if not like a month or so, after finishing the Shadowbringers MSQ, so a lot of this stuff is fresher in my mind than it might be in yours. I really like Alice. I don't know, I think that a lot of people don't, but that's okay, alright, man. Crystal Exarch? I'm gonna consider, there's actually two here, right? There's fucking Crystal Exarch and then, oh, Rahatia, that's the one. It came back to me eventually. I'm gonna consider the little guy to be Raha, and the big guy to be the Exarch. The Exarch is staying right here in trash tier, man. Let me tell you something, I didn't give a damn about the Crystal Exarch, really. It was kind of obvious from the very beginning, to me at least, because I was coming right off of the back of playing every expansion back to back to back, and, you know, me and Sophie caught up in, like, a matter of months, from, you know, Heaven's Ward through Stormblood and all that, so it was very obvious to us that it was just Rahat here. It wasn't a shock at all, you know, and based on the comments in the videos, it seems, it's really interesting to hear that for a lot of you guys, it kind of was a shock to see Raha show up in the story again, and a lot of you kind of forgotten who he was until he showed up in the story again. It was confirmed to be Raha, you know, so maybe you guys have a different experience, but for me, it was like, man, the Crystal Exarch, I was like, dude, stop pretending that you're not Raha, or just lump the twist on me already, lump the plot twist on me already, you know? And there was no plot twist. I don't know, man, until he became Rahatia, I think he was just kind of garbage. That's just me, you know what I'm saying? But, once we knew that he was Raha, he became a much, much better character, man. And I gotta say, like, if we were just going from, like, the Shadowbringers, like, point 2 and point 3 kind of content, I'd probably place him C tier. But he's quickly climbing the ranks to me, you know what I'm saying? His little moments with Estinian, his little moments where he came to the source again, you know, and he joined with the Scions, and he has the little ear flick moment where he's all happy that he gets to join the Scions, you know? That stuff was fucking awesome, so he's growing on me a lot. He's B tier for now. B tier, trending upwards, man. I like Raha quite a bit. Sid, boom. Boom. No discussion, don't care what anybody says. Sid is fucking boring, dude. I just don't find Sid interesting at all. If you do find him interesting, you're wrong, so there you go. Lise. Please take these as jokes. Lise, we have... A lot of people don't like Lise. And you know what? I tried really, really hard. Like, really hard, man, to like Lise. I think C tier might even be generous in most people's opinion. The real standout moment for Lise, like, the story of Lise, right, throughout Stormblood is really like a coming-of-age story, you know? She's like this inexperienced kind of, just like hot-head fighter who wants to punch her way out of every problem, you know, and that's that. She's a novice, she's a rookie, and she's kind of thrust into that leadership position. And there's this cool little cutscene at one point where you have to go negotiate with the pirates over like the Ruby Teeth or Ruby Tithe and all of that. And she's kind of forced to take the front, like front position, you know, in those negotiations, and she's all nervous about it. And like those little moments are all endearing and stuff. And when Conrad died, that was a big character moment for her, you know. It was like almost like her symbolic father dying and she being forced to step up and take the reins, you know. So she had some cool moments. But I feel like... I don't know what I feel like. I don't know why she's not as compelling as the other Scions, but she just wasn't. I mean, I guess she's not a Scion anymore, so we don't have to worry about it so much. But I think that C tier, that's good enough. She had some cool moments, but besides that, I struggle to see her growing into a character that I'm going to like more in future as well, is my problem with Lise, you know what I'm saying? Next up we have Aymeric. Man, I fucking like Aymeric. I think Aymeric is just, he's solid. He's a guy that you want around. He's a guy, man, he invites us over for wine and dinners. Aymeric is just good people, man. To be fair, I think that's probably a little bit generous. Let's crank him down to B tier a little bit. I really appreciate characters that have some good, like, solid character growth. Whereas Aymeric being more of like a side-ish kind of character, he doesn't really get that much focus, so... You know, man, we'll give him the owl B tier. I think that's good enough, man, for Aymeric. Ooh, who's going to be the first S plus tier? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you all know who. Anyways, Estinian. Estinian again. This is a character I put in, like, fucking D tier before the end of Stormblood. You know, Shadowbringers. You know what I'm saying? But by the end of Shadowbringers, again, seeing him reunite with Alfie again and seeing him have that epic little moment with Alice... and obviously with Raha as well. He's just getting so many more fucking cool moments, dude. And it's awesome. Also, his little interaction with Fordola when the whole thing went down with Fordola and Arenvold and Alfie was tearing himself apart, you know, with grief and worry and stress and anxiety over his friend, and seeing Estinian kind of reach out to Fordola, you know, don't be so harsh on the lad. You know, he's the stuff that heroes are made from. You know, he's the kind of people that the stories will be written about. You know, we're just soldiers. You know, based on all that, Estinian getting cranked up to B tier again with an upward trajectory. You know what I'm saying? Thancred, boom, no doubt about it. Thancred again. This is a character I would have put like, yeah, I would have dropped him like here, you know, before Shadowbringers. But goddamn, man, throughout Shadowbringers, he might even. Dude, you know what? S+, I don't give a shit, man. Simply based on Shadowbringers and the immense emotional impact that his story and his arc had on Shadowbringers and the way it affected the other characters as well. Oh my god, man. Thancred peaked hard, man. Which is why, by the way, I was so worried that he was going to die. I was like, oh my god, man. Like, how does a character go through this much change and this much turbulence and like bringing Ryne up and stuff like that? Yes, I know she's called Ryne. Bringing little Ryne up, you know, into her own self-realized person. How does he get through all of this and not die by the end of the expansions? I'm still terrified for him, by the way, for Endwalker, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what we're going to do at the end of the video. I'm going to kind of scroll through them and give my prediction if they're going to actually survive through Endwalker, right? That'll be really, really quick, but that'll be for the end. Thancred's awesome. What can I say, man? Cyrena, I really, really like little Cyrena, man. And I tell you what, man, that entire zone, the Azim Step, and the music when you enter that zone, I was like, dude. That's one of my most memorable experiences, honestly, in all of Final Fantasy XIV and the adventures so far, man. Stepping into the Azim Step, into that little marketplace, you know, you're looking for Lord Hien, and that music plays, and the banners are billowing in the distance, and the hills and the mountains going for as far as you can see, and this huge monument in the middle of the zone, and oh my god, man, it was so good. And then we arrive at Cyrena's village, and she cooks us some stew. It's like, fuck yeah, man. Cyrano is MVP. Okay, fair enough. We'll drop it down to A tier, you know what I'm saying? But Cyrano, fucking cool character, man. I like Cyrano, man. Fordola, oh my god, man. You can't even believe how interested I am to see how Fordola's story moves forward, dude. I was so disappointed and so disheveled that they made us wait, you know, from like the end of Stormblood where you don't really find out what happens to Fordola. Until, like, we had to wait until, like, what was it, like 5.4 something? Maybe it was like 5.4 something in Shadowbringers, until they eventually kind of like squiggled it back into the narrative a little bit. Dude, I fucking love this character. So conflicted, so full of pain. And my god, man, do I want to see her get redeemed. And I only hope, you know what, no man, I trust the writers to make the right call, whether or not she's going to survive Endwalker or not. So I'm not going to throw down my chips either way and say, oh, I really hope she lives, or, oh man, she has to die. I'm not going to make a call on that. Not yet, anyway. So fuck out of what everybody says for Fordola's S tier. That's really end of story. Boom, ryne! Where is little Rynester gonna go, man? I tell you what, I didn't really care about her so much. I want to say in like the first patch where ryne was, you know, still minfilia and she was just getting introduced. Felt kind of bad for her and stuff. Didn't really know what was going on. I was more just trying to figure out the plot around her character. Like, what do you mean she's called minfilia and she's kind of minfilia, but she's not really minfilia, you know? But man, as soon as she became ryne and she got her name from Thancred, and honestly their two arcs were so well interlinked, you know, that it's hard to put Thancred as S+, right? And not have ryne at least be S tier, right? Little ryne is going up to goddamn S tier, and I hope beyond hope, because Gaia isn't on this list either. I hope beyond hope that we somehow get to reunite Thancred and his daughters again, you know what I'm saying, at some point in the future. If not an Endwalker, I don't give a damn when it happens, as long as it does eventually happen, but we'll have a video coming up on that soon, you know, stuff that I want to see happen in the future, man. Nero? Where are we going to put Nero, man? I mean, he's kind of annoying, he has his moments. I like him just because he pisses off Sid, but that's really the only reason, you know what I'm saying? We don't have anybody in DT. DT is a boring tier, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we'll just whack him there, man. Nero, we could do without him. He could be removed from the story and you wouldn't really notice, you know what I'm saying? But I like him because he pisses off Sid. Boom! Yotsuyu. Otsuyu. This character right here, god man, it's hard to say. Because honestly, I think that when Yotsuyu was first introduced in Stormblood, I kind of feel like she was just very much like a comic book kind of villain. It was like almost over the top ridiculousness, you know? And like, I get it, it was sort of later explained because of her utterly fucked up upbringing. And you know, she gets like the small sliver of power and she grabs onto it and takes great pleasure in stomping people down and causing as much pain and anguish as she can, having family members shoot other family members and all that nonsense, right? So she was like a horrible character for the longest fucking time, but the more she got explained and the themes that were explored when her memories were lost, you know, and she became this extremely naive, innocent, almost like sweet and caring character. Man, the themes that were explored with that, like nature versus nurture, you know, how much are you the person who you are today because of your past events, and if they were different, would you be an entirely different person? And then, if that's the case, how accountable are we for our most terrible crimes, given that we are who we are because of our past and we had very, very limited control over that, you know? It's effectively the free will versus determinism debate made into a very concrete metaphor, you know, with Tsuyu and Yotsuyu. I love the goddamn boss fight. The boss fight was so good, man, against Tsuyu and Yotsuyu, and I forget the name of the primer that they actually turn into, but the symbology with the yin and yang kind of symbols going on with the ground AoEs and the black and white down each side of the face, you know? And oh dude, it was so good. And the Gosetsu showing up in the middle of the fight, oh my god, man, that was so, I'm talking myself into it, man. I don't give a damn. She's got to go into S tier. She's got to go into S tier, man. Easily one of the most memorable characters that we've met so far, I think. You know, man, I got to squiggle Theo down a little bit, man. I think S tier is getting busy with, like, some of my most favourite characters so far, so it's my list, I can do what I want. This was Hilda, right? The little gunslinger rogue in Heavensward. She was okay, she was cool. I don't think it was too much to her. She was definitely a really fun character, but she didn't really stick around for too long. There's probably like some side content you can do that involves her a bit more that I haven't done yet. I can't imagine it's voice acted, which, let's be real, that's what we all wanted to hear. Gotta love those goddamn, I can't remember exactly what her accent was, I just remember it was good, okay? Cool character. Not a whole lot to her, I don't think. Minfilia? Dude, honestly, like, how many, like, really good moments has Minfilia actually had? I feel terrible for this. I feel terrible for putting her in D tier, but I think that's where I'm gonna leave the old Mini, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that like, it's not because she's a particularly bad character. I just feel like that throughout A Realm Reborn, like all of the characters, she was just quite flat. Just like Urianger was, just like Y'shtola used to be, just like Thancred used to be, you know. The writing just wasn't on the same caliber, right? And she didn't really get a chance to blossom into a new, extremely well-written, succulently written character, you know, like all of the other Scions, because, well, she's just been absent for a long, long time, and now she gone, man. She gone. So, I'm sorry, Minnie. We had some good times. But it's gotta be D tier. Krilly, this is gonna be controversial, man. This is gonna be controversial. A lot of people are like, yeah, I don't give a shit if Krilly dies, man. I know she's called Kryl. Calm down, okay? Krilly, I really fucking like Krilly, man. I think Krilly is the boss. I think that she's the chief. I think that she's... Man, she's the lad, Krilly is, you know what I'm saying? She's the silent hero. She's the Scion that puts in all the fucking hard work, I feel like. All of the sweat, blood and tears, you know, to keep things moving when everything's going to shit. And, like, no one celebrates her for it, right? She doesn't get any special trophies. She doesn't even get, like, a pat on the head. I always remember that one moment, man, with Krilly where she like, really started to feel like a real, just sick character to me that I wanted to see more of, was actually towards the beginning of Stormblood, when Zenos and the Imperials find our hideout in Ralga's Reach, you know, and they're butchering the fuck out of everybody, and we're getting our asses kicked by Zenos, you know, because he's just OP, right? He's just a smurf. And, like, Y'shtola shows up and she's trying to, like, block his sword with the barrier, and he just fucking cuts through it and mullies Y'shtola, you know, and everything's gone to shit. And then it's Krilly who steps up. She steps up and takes command in the disarray, and she's sending Alfie over here, go heal that motherfucker. You know, Warrior of Light, get your ass over here, you know, help me with this, help me with that. And she's like bossing everybody about, you know? And it was just such a fucking cool little moment, man. I think that some characters like that, and this goes for real life as well. Some people are just that kind of, like, quiet, keep your head down, right? Stay sensible, stay smart. You don't really take too much of a leadership role. You sit back, but when shit hits the fan, when shit gets crazy, right? You step the fuck up and do what needs to be done, man. Doesn't matter who you gotta boss around, whose head you gotta step on to make things happen and get the work done, right? That's what Krilly's all about. Boom! I forgot this character's name, dude. And you know what? I'm that unmoved by this Canacena. I'm that unmoved by Canacena that I was about to say, I'm not even gonna look her name up, but begrudgingly, I did just remember it. I think that she's just a nothing character, man. You could replace this character with anything, with like a plank of wood, a toad, a fucking... I can't think of anything more plain than that. And like the story would be the same, you know what I'm saying? I mean, she does some cool things, she's obviously quite powerful, but kind of boring, you know what I'm saying? Lord Hien. You know, man, I quite like Hien. I think that he's a notch better than Lys and Hilda. I think that he's on... Wait a minute, that is Estinian, right? Oh god, I thought that I put fucking Oshafont in... I thought to put Oshafont in B tier there for a second. Woo! No, we put Hien in B tier. Hien's good people. I like Hien. Got a reasonable enough sense of humour that he's not just a plank, which is good, right? Had some good character growth, some cool moments. Yeah, not too much more to say about that. Hresvelger. I think he's fine to go in D tier. Is that controversial? Do people disagree? Like, it doesn't necessarily mean that he's a bad character. I think, like Minfilia, he was just kind of underexplored. You know what I'm saying? Some cool dialogue, some cool moments, but beyond that, it's probably harsh to put him in D tier, but you know what? I'm just gonna fucking stand by it. I'm probably just forgetting some of his more cool moments, and that's probably it, but... Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, this is Alfie. Oh god! I thought for a second there that I'd done a fucking Estinian. I mistook Alice for Alfie, dude. Oh man. Alfie, yeah, I'm fine for Alfie to actually be in B tier, which is where he just materialised without me having to put any thought at all into it, because... Yeah, I do slightly prefer Alice and her, you know, high kind of, much more like high octave energy levels and stuff than Alfie's. I just find it a little bit more interesting. That's not to say that, no, fuck this. Alfie's great. Alfie's grown a lot throughout Shadowbringers, man, and I really like it. You know what? You know why I just put him in A tier just now? Why I just bumped him up one? Let me tell you, man, I'm fit to tell you. I just remember the scene between him and Lady Chai, where she's saying her farewells. Dude, what a goddamn little scene that was, man. Seeing Alfie really kind of, let his guard down and become just a boy again for a second, because that's all they are, you know. We forget how young Alice and Alfie are, you know, and seeing that lovely natured moment with goddamn Lady Chai and Alfie, dude. Oh man, Alfie's got to go in there, man. Next up, Moonbreeder. Underexplored, man. I wish that I cared more about Moonbreeder. I actually really liked her when she was first introduced, and then she was no longer introduced. You know what I'm saying, right? So yeah, it's a shame. I'd like to have put her higher. Be bold, Tom, be bold. I'm going to stick with my decision. Nanamo, I like Nanamo, man. I think that of all of the Alliance leaders, Nanamo is just actually the best. She's just objectively the best. Cool character. Interesting, compelling. Almost died. Whatever, man. I like her. Hildebrand. Is he just trash by default because he's just so inept? Then again, he always gets to the bottom of it. I haven't actually done all of the Hildebrand quests just yet. So yeah, I'm not going to put him there, man. Let's get him up in C tier at least, man. Hildebrand, good bit of comic relief. And Sophie went ahead and linked a much more comprehensive fucking character sheet that includes a bunch more. So we're going to step up the pace from here on out. Continue with Papalima. Oh, you also notice, by the way, that this tier list is basically exactly the same as it was just before. The only person who's missing is Hildebrand. He's just not on this fucking one, but we have a lot more characters to go with. So let's continue, man. Papalimo. Boom! I'm not a big fan of Papalimo, man. Didn't really do much for me. Did he die an incredible, heroic, and honestly heart-rending death? Yes, he did. But that for me is just what got him out of the trash tier. That's what, like, ranked him up. Don't get me wrong, it was an incredible cutscene, the way that Papalimo exited. But goddamn, man, did I not give a rat's ass about his character before that? You know what I'm saying? Next up we have Adbert. Oh my god, man. Has Adbert got to be S? I think Adbert actually has to just be default S tier, if not S+. I'm going to leave him in S tier. Why? Well, because he's basically us, you know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, not really. He had some amazing moments. For a ghost, he had some amazing moments. It felt like he was the only one who could really see and empathize with what the fuck we were going through in Shadowbringers, you know? And what a goddamn exit that character had. You know what I'm saying? Not just the final showdown with Emmett, but, man, re-entering the Crystarium and seeing all of his friends waiting for him and the blood being cleaned off his axe stuff, man. It was all so good. Arenvold? I'm not sure what I make of Arenvold. I mean, I like him as a character. I like Arenvold. But I feel like he's so unexplored. Again, I'm probably missing a lot of side content that does explore some of these more kind of side-ish characters a lot more outside of the MSQ. So it's probably on me, but you know what, man, he's earned a place in S tier with just how Shadowbringers ended, as far as I'm concerned, and that he's helping out Fordola, so, but yeah, man. Good peoples! Who is this guy again? This was the older brother. Yeah, fuck, I forget it. Edmond's son, eldest. Kind of. Yeah, I don't know, man. I didn't really care too much for him. He could have been anybody. Man, fuck it. Same as kind of Senna, he could have been anybody. It wouldn't have really mattered too much in my opinion. I feel like he was just kind of the character that he was. I can't remember his goddamn name. He was just the kind of character that he was to kind of shine a spotlight more on Amanalaine and Onawa, you know, and their journeys and the kind of contrast between the two characters and the two brothers, you know. So yeah, there you go. Asahi, dude. Just putting him here while I think. Calm down, alright? But Asahi? We talking Asahi here, man. Asahi? I don't think I've ever not trusted a character so quickly and then proceeded to despise a character so quickly at any point in FF14 until we encountered Asahi. You know what I'm saying? Just for that, just as far as good characters go, like, I'm basically, man, if it's a good character, they make me feel a certain kind of way, and that can mean that I want to fucking strangle them, or it can mean that they're just the greatest character ever, and they go through like an amazing arc. God, I think Asahi might be A tier. Like, don't get me wrong, as a human, oh my god, man, is he fucking trash, but I do really, really enjoy a good villain, man, which is why, let's be real, we all know where emet-selch's going. I forgot the name of this character. This fair folk. God damn it, man, I can't forget its name then. Or their name. Fuck. You know, man, it was a cool enough character. I think a little bit underdeveloped, but whatever, man, CT is cool. Biggs. Yeah, Biggs and Wedge, I don't really care about them so much. I guess Wedge would probably make D tier if he's on this list somewhere, but I just don't care for them. I just don't really care for the Ironworks characters all that much. I was excited to see Jesse because I was like, oh my god, dude, it's fucking just that moment where you like recognize that it's Jesse. That was really cool. But I don't know. That kind of PogChamp moment has long worn off with Biggs and Wedge for me. Anyways, Lady Chai. Lord Chai, I guess we'll also include him in this. I don't give a damn what anybody says. I don't give a damn what anybody says. If you disagree, you're wrong. That's what's up. Lady Chai is so good. And I'm so glad that they didn't, like one of you guys pointed this out in the comments as well. I'm so glad they didn't just play Lady Chai for comic relief. Oh, look, it's a big Miko tier, you know? Like, yeah, that would have got old real fucking fast. They played her for a laugh like once, I think, where she kind of bear hugged her husband, you know? And even that was an amazing scene too, because it was really playing into his character growth, which was cool. But Lady Chai shocked the hell out of me with how good and how wholesome of a character she was. And I don't give a shit, man. I think that Lady Chai is what gets Alfie into A tier. As far as I'm concerned, if Lady Chai wasn't in the story, Alfie for me would be like a C or B tier character, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not very, I'm a little bit impartial against Alfie, I guess. I don't know. I still got that bad taste in my mouth from, you know, A Realm Reborn and that kind of stuff where he was this arrogant young toff telling people what's what, and it's like forgetting that he's a child, you know. And I know that's a long time ago for most of you guys, but for me it's like fucking 7 months ago, you know what I'm saying? Next up we have Count Edmond. Let's start fucking blazing through these now. Properly this time. Well, this is going to be a 1 hour video. Count Edmond, again, solid B tier. I think that his reaction to Orchifon's death is what made it so good. It's like, seriously, and so good as in so impacting, you know what I mean? It was just what a guy, man. What a guy. Took us in, you know, give us the benefit of the doubt, let us parade around under the protection of his family name, you know, in Ishgard. Just a fucking top guy, man, and give up so much for the cause. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace too while you're at it. Elidibus, I think I'm also going to slot Elidibus in at B tier. I just feel like Elidibus was grand. Don't get me wrong, man. Again, oh man, jeez, God. Fuck it, he's going into A tier just because of the way that he exits, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Elidibus was a very moving character. I felt a lot of pity for Elidibus, especially towards the end, you know? It became such a sad twist to the story, but I feel like before that, I almost feel like none of that was planned for old Elidibus, you know? I feel like with the big changes in direction that the game has taken over the years from like I still think back to like A Realm Reborn Elidibus, you know what I mean? Where he was just a very... Was he even in A Realm Reborn, or did he just join in Heaven's Ward? Actually, can't really remember. Either which way, man, I feel like he spent a lot of time just kind of being a bit tiresome. That's all I'm going to say about that, man. But towards... Like, he went from, like, fucking trash to goddamn A tier in one expansion, man. Which, if that doesn't tell you all you need to know about Shadowbringers, I don't know what the hell does. Emet-selch, boom. There's almost no point even discussing this, honestly. Emet-selch has been, like, discussed to death. I'm still probably going to do a character deep dive at some point where we just talk in depth like we did about Yotsuyu, about Emet-selch as well. What an incredible character. If one character... Dude, if Shadowbringers couldn't have happened with, like, one character removed... Emet-selch, man. It's Emet-selch, dude. He was the black beating heart of Shadowbringers, you know what I'm saying? What, man... It was so good. I'm not even going to go into it too much, man. Let's speed this up a little bit. Please, let's speed this up. The clock is ticking, goddammit. I know a lot of you guys like really longer videos, but I want it to be clickable. You know what I'm saying? I don't want people to be like, fuck me, a 2-hour goddamn tier list. A mana lane, boom. Really easy. Fuck that guy. I'm so happy that Thancred punched him. That's the only reason he's even on the list. Otherwise, I'd just be like, and just throw him off on my other monitor. You know what I'm saying? But Flamine... She's cool enough. I just don't really care for her enough to give her a C tier spot. She's a very, very much, I feel like sidelined character, you know. Next up we have Gaius Van Belsar. You know what I'm saying. Gaius, good people, man. I tell you what, he started out in like D to trash, you know. So fucking, just such not a good character, really, in A Realm Reborn. It's kind of interesting that he was doing what he was doing because he felt like it was the Garlean's responsibility to take care of the primal problem and to kind of save, even if under the guise of tyranny, you know, even if under like the shroud of tyranny, to like save the beast people and the lesser like the lesser life forms from the primals, you know. I gotta say, man, I think he's at least a B after the Sora of Werelit, or however the fuck you pronounce that. I think we're gonna knock up Belsa, man. Next up we have Gosetsu. Gosetsu, man. What a guy. Again, like this character joined, I was like, okay, dude, comic relief, I get it. Big burly samurai who likes to eat a lot. It's like sort of like whatever, you know, but oh my god, man. Towards the end of Stormblood, you know, his whole kind of protective grandfatherly relationship with Tsuyu, you know, and, you know, his honor preventing him from executing her on the spot and giving her the second chance, and I don't know, dude, man, I'm so tempted to just go, but you know what, I'm gonna try to keep the S in S plus tier for, like, my real, like, favorite fucking characters, you know, or like my most respected characters, so I gotta just slot him down in the A tier. I think that's respectable enough, though, man, for Owl Gosetsu, you know what I'm saying? This guy, dog shit, fuck this idiot. This dude, just kind of fucking trash as well. He could have been anybody, man. I don't feel like he really played a big part in the story, you know what I'm saying? But maybe that's just me. Oshifort. If you disagree, you're wrong. I mean, there's really not much more to it. I don't really even have to discuss this too much, you know what I'm saying? Ilbed. Now, who we talking, man? Who we talking about when we talk about Ilbed? I really like Ilbed. A lot of people fucking hate him and think he's like the trashiest character ever. But at the end of the day, he like made the entire Stormblood expansion happen. He left us with the most incredible quote, which I just absolutely love, and I use that to this day. Soph's like, man, what the fuck, like, who ate all the chicken out of the fridge? I just woke up. It was me. You know what I'm saying? I think... Now, man, okay, well, we drop him down to B tier, okay, to stop you guys raging, right? No, fuck that, man. I don't give a damn, man. I think Ilbed was great, man. I enjoyed Ilbed a lot. This little fucking idiot, on the other hand, man, this guy right here, man. Fuck this guy, man. I'm so bloody hungry. I'm so hungry. So I'm gonna, man. He was just fucking irritating. He was just irritating to me, man. I don't know what else to say about that. La Habrea? Oh my god, man. I'm just gonna go on like a trash spree here, dude. I think La Habrea was fucking garbage, man. I didn't find him compelling at all. He was in A Realm Reborn villain. And that's really it. And we really knew nothing about the Assassins and what they were trying to do at that point. In any real sense, anyway. I just think he was garbage, man. So fucking he's going there. This woman. I feel like a lot more could have been explored about this woman who was like kind of like low-key obsessed / in love / infatuated with Gaius, you know? But we really didn't learn a lot about it, as far as I know. Maybe it's like some short story content out there or something that'll teach us more, but I think she's also just got to go on the goddamn trash tier, man. We are on a trash spree here. Who the hell is this? Is this one Lolorito? This is the moment where everyone's saying, oh, don't trust Lalafels, don't trust Lalafels. I was like, man, what the fuck are you guys talking about? And this guy rolls in and it's like, alright, I get it now. I'm initiated, you know what I'm saying? So this guy, total piece of shit. But you know what? I like a good piece of shit character who's just a conniving little asshole. My favourite character in Game of Thrones was Peter Baelish. You know what I'm saying? Littlefinger, man. I just like characters like that. I like characters that use their wits to kind of connive and scheme and get ahead through underhanded ways, man. So I appreciate this guy for that, but besides that, he was a bit of a comic book character, you know. And by that, I mean, I don't mean to demean comic books, you know, but the general consensus is they're kind of one-dimensional, right? So that's that guy, man. Fuck. What the hell is this guy called again, man? This is really bad that I can't remember this. Fucking Alfie and Alice's granddad, okay, who saved the world and shit. I don't really know too much about him. We're halfway through the coils, by the way, halfway through binding coils. Me and Sophie just doing it like unsynced and stuff. So maybe I'm going to learn more about this, but for now, for me, I mean, he saved the world. That at least ends in C tier, right? This character, I forget her name too, man. It's like Aymric's like loyal bodyguardess, you know, a captain of the guard and stuff in Ishgard. She's a cool enough character, man. I think that she's a solid D. I'm not going to go on the trash spree and dunk her in there as well, along with these fucking pillocks. She don't deserve all that, but at the same time, not exactly the most deep character. Master Matoya, at least B tier, man. At least B tier. Just because of her one-liners and how she shreds everybody. It's fucking awesome. This guy, Maximilian? I mean, he's not D. He's not D tier, I don't think, but there's not too much to him. Meryl Wib, or whatever the fuck her name is. I think that might actually just be a name, and maybe that is actually how you pronounce it. I just like to call her Meryl, because it reminds me of Metal Gear Solid 1, you know what I'm saying? But Meryl Wib, don't care too much about it, man. With the recent, we had some cutscenes with her in 5.5 in Shadowbringers that kind of bumped her up a little bit. We'll learn a bit more about her. Saw her more honourable side come out and some really cool cutscenes. But that's been the only good bits with her, in my opinion, for the entire history of the game. Right? So she's not quite in trash. She just inched out of trash. But there she is, man. Midgard Soma? C tier? He's alright. Adds something to the story. Not too much to say. Nago, same thing, kinda cool. I always remember that scene with Nago where she's holding up the flag, where she erects the flag on the huge Imperial Tower, in Alamigo and stuff, you know. Oh, fuck, I forget the name of the goddamn zone, can you tell? And she's blowing the horn for victory and stuff, you know, and it forces Fordola and her guys to fall back, and I always remember that moment, so you can give us a memorable moment at least, but besides that, Nidhogg? You know what, man? I gotta put a little bit of respect on Nidhogg as a villain. Again, I feel like a lot of villains have this in common in FF, with most of them being Ascians and dragons in Heaven's Ward and stuff. And I know that villains is a polarizing term. Let's just call them antagonists, right? A lot of them are immortal. Or pretty much immortal. So that things that happened 1,000 years ago feel like yesterday. And things that happened 1 billion years ago feel like last month, you know, or last Christmas or something. So they're practically immortal for all intents and purposes. And I just find that concept really interesting, man, that he was still full of rage and was tortured by the heinous deeds, by the greedy deeds, you know, of the original knights who founded Ishgard and all of that, man. It was just a cool little fucking story, man. And you could I don't want to say you can kind of get where he's coming from, because we can't. As human beings, we just kind of limited in that way, but it was fun to imagine, man. So, I like Nidhogg, man. And that boss fight, oh, man. That's where I learned what stack markers were. Let me tell you, it was memorable. Pippin! I quite like Pippin. Let's give him a B tier, man. Cool character. This dude... Ranjit. I remembered his name. Boom. Ranjit. I feel like he was very underexplored. To the point where whenever he showed up and we had to fight him, I was just kind of annoyed. It's man, why are you wasting time on this motherfucker, you know? And I don't like saying that. I don't like saying that. I do feel like he was one of the only characters that wasn't really developed quite enough for my liking throughout Shadowbringers, which is a rare thing in Shadowbringers. This next one's going to be controversial. We got Rauban. Boom! Okay, he goes there. He's just right at the bottom of the trash. I don't like Rauban, man. I'm just not moved by Rauban. Just doesn't really do anything for me, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what, man? Maybe that's harsh. I mean, the motherfucker give up his arm for our cause. Yeah, okay, man. Fair enough, man. Fair enough, dude. Rauban isn't quite trash tier. But I still don't like him that much. Maybe it's just me. Who the hell is this guy? Oh, Van Hydrus. Yeah. Fuck that guy. We got the angry woman in the Azim Steppe. I forget her name. She was a kind of fun character, I guess. Who the hell? Man, our tier list is just getting too swollen now. I'm gonna move the camera down a little bit. This is gonna get crazy fucking messy by the end. Tataru. You know what, man, before I would have put Tataru as S tier, but I think that Shadowbringers made the writing much more serious and stuff like that, and really focused on serious character progression. Some people fucking hate Tataru, man. Some people hate Tataru, dude. That's hating fucking candy floss. That's hating bed. What do you mean you hate bed? Come on, man. Tataru's fucking S tier. Don't even... Oh, who the hell is this guy? What the hell is this guy's name again? He's going in D tier. Died horribly. Got cut in half. Fuck it. Good shit. And the Archbishop. Wasn't that moved by this guy, man. He just felt like kind of a... He felt like a Gaius from A Realm Reborn. But 2.0, you know? Just I'm going to amass a lot of power and use that to cull the world of its primal issue, you know? And it's we've kind of seen this before. Don't get me wrong. The boss fight was absolutely incredible. I just wish that we'd learned a lot more about this guy, right? And a lot more about this guy's history, but that's just me. This guy was garbage. I can't remember his name, man, but fuck this idiot. He made us run around like headless chickens for like most of the goddamn quest in which he was involved. Urianger, man, has grown on me a hell of a lot, dude. Urianger being like a granddad to Ryne and stuff, you know. That was so cool to see, especially when he was kind of, without being like judgmental or scathing about it or confrontational with Thancred, right? Like Y'shtola was, when she was really dressing him down for treating minfilia, or little Ryne, badly, and telling him to like get over his baggage and stuff like that, and do what he needs to do to look after her properly, and stop being such a cold bastard. Urianger wasn't confrontational about it. He was just like, oh yeah, Ryne, go pick some books for the journey, you know. And when she was feeling down, he'd have like a little talk with her and stuff like that, man. Granddad Urianger, man. It was really, really nice to see. What can I say, man? Urianger went from like fucking D tier to S tier again in one goddamn expansion. So good. Emperor's not Solus. Emperor Varus. He started out as like A tier. I was really interested to see what this guy can do, to see what his plans were, to see how strong he was. And then Zenos absolutely fucked him up the ass, and now he's D tier as far as I'm concerned. Vorthri. A lot of people don't like Vorthri. I find Vorthri pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Again, it asks that question of how much are you simply a product of your parents? How much are you just simply a product of your past? And from where you start off in life, you know? And he's one of those characters that spends a lot of time kind of spewing things that his parents already said to him, you know? So he's very much like the ultimate embodiment of a spoiled child, you know? Except he actually has all of the power in the world, or a lot of power, to actually enact his will, and maybe that's what that would actually look like, you know, if that could be a real thing, man. So he was a scary character, and I did pity him before the end when he's kind of begging us for help, and he genuinely can't understand why we aren't helping him, you know, after we've kind of defeated him at the end. An underrated character, man. A lot of people put him in trash tier, I think, from what I've seen. I disagree, man. I disagree. I found Vorthri quite interesting. In fact, I hated him so much, and he inspired such emotions in me that he's got to go in B tier, man. You know what I'm saying? Next up, we have Wedge. Wedge is cool. Little onion head. Not quite D tier, simply because he has an onion for a head. Oh, sorry, not quite trash tier, because he has an onion for a head. But it goes in the B tier. Ice Heart? I didn't care so much for Ice Heart, man. Am I just an asshole? Am I just an asswipe? Did I miss something? I don't know, dude. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something with Ice Heart, man. Because a lot of people seem to really like Ice Heart. Maybe I am being a little bit harsh, but you know what? Am I really... No, fuck it. I'm going to stick by it, man. Ice Heart. I'm going to leave her in D. Y'shtola, man. Is Y'shtola B tier? I feel like she developed a lot, and she developed so much wit in the past couple of expansions that I really like. She has all of those like little cheeky kind of text options and dialogue options and stuff, which are really, really cool as well. Add a lot of flavour to the character. She starts to partake in jokes a lot more. Her relationship with Runa was great. But I still feel like she's the kind of character that... Again, I'm a real sucker for like character growth and big character arcs, which by the way is obviously why Thancred was my first like S+ tier, you know, the amount of change he undergone. Same for a lot of the characters in S tier, you know, a lot of them changed and grew so much throughout the story. Y'shtola, she's developed a bit, but I just don't see her changing that much. She's a very static character. And maybe that's just my taste then, like not really liking static characters that much. It is what it is, man. I know she's a fan favourite. I know a lot of people really fucking like Y'shtola, but there you go, man. Is what it is. That's where I'm going to put him in. Next up we have Yugiri. You know what? I've never been a fan of Yugiri, man. I was intrigued to begin with to learn more about who's this character from this mysterious faraway land that we're going to be going to visit, you know. She's just very flat. She's very flat. She's also, honestly, like I felt like she had that moment where she tried to take on Zenos and we went with her, you know. It was like, oh, we're going to end this war in one fell swoop, you know, we're going to take out Zenos. And it was like, really? You think you're going to take out Zenos? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, you know? It was obviously like a doomed plan from the beginning. It almost felt really out of character. Like, she doesn't strike me as that much of a hothead, but it kind of felt out of nowhere. I felt like the plot needed it to happen, in a way. And she was just like the instrument that the plot needed to move things forwards, so she had to go make this really stupid choice. And I've never really forgotten that moment. But yeah, Yugiri, I don't know, man. She's very much sidelined anyway in the recent plot, so hopefully it doesn't upset too many people. But I dropped her in trash. Zenos, boom. Okay, no. Is he trash? Is he trash? I think Zenos... I think Zenos has a lot of room for some actual characterization. Have huge debates with you guys in the comments about this, which is fine. We're all entitled to our opinions. There is something about Zenos that I do find genuinely kind of chilling. He feels like the shark from Jaws. You know what I'm saying? You kind of don't know what he's really up to. You don't know what he's thinking because his face almost never changes apart from where his eyes go all fucking crazy and he sounds like, I will gorge myself on the blah blah blah, you know. So he has those moments where he looks a bit crazy, but apart from that he's just very flat and cold. And I think that he's cold in like the reptilian sense and the cold-blooded sense, you know, and I think that that's deliberate. I just don't find it that interesting. You know what I'm saying? I mean, is a D tier uninteresting? Probably not. I can't have Zenos in the same tier as some of these pillocks, you know what I'm saying? Nah, man. Let's bump him up a little bit, but there's still a lot to be desired for me when it comes to Zenos, man. And by that, I mean, I want him to make me feel something. You know what I'm saying? It's all well and good, you know, I was fucking trying to make him feel something, the goddamn cold bastard, but I want to feel something too, you know what I'm saying? I just kinda... man... Next up we have Alisae, which I've already fucking placed, and I totally forgot about it, I think. Oh. That's not Alisae, is it? That's asshole. Fandaniel. I think he's fucking garbage, so far. I gotta be honest, man, I gotta be honest. Now, I'm really excited to learn more about him, because apparently, the lead writer, you know, for Endwalker, I forget her name again, I'm so terrible, so that she's actually, this guy is actually her favourite character in how much we learn about him and how much he grows and the antics he gets up to, you know. For me, he just feels like another La Habrea, pretty much. Maybe with like a bit more theatrics and stuff, which I guess I kind of appreciate, but he just feels like a fucking madman. Just out for destruction. So just another hothead Ascian, you know what I'm saying? Which is what I really didn't like about La Habrea, man. He had very, very little substance. I feel like this guy is probably going to go from like trash to B or A tier by the end of Endwalker. But for now, I don't like this son of a bitch. Now, who the hell is this meant to be, man? Fuck, I really forget his name. But the guy who we talk to when we go to Amarot, I guess he was cool. I mean, fuck it. Runa, we'll give him at least C tier. He's a little bit simpy. I'm not going to lie, man. He's a little bit on the simp side. But I do like Runa. Lena, oh my god, man. Is Lena S? Does Lena make S tier, dude? Oh my god, man. Okay. Lena's gotta make S tier just because of how much she made me feel things and weep real tears in such little screen time. Because of the goddamn voice actress, dude. Let me tell you something, man. That voice actress... Now, I'm not going to tell you anything, because you already know what I'm fucking talking about, man. What a goddamn voice actress that was, and for that reason alone, you gotta be S tier, man. I'm sorry, dude. Next we have this fucked up face motherfucker. He's not going an S tier plus, don't worry, man. I mean, I hated the shit out of him. He made me feel a lot of rage, which is good. But was he just the most one-dimensional villain ever? I mean, that's not always a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking myself into it. I'm gonna slot this guy into B tier in terms of, again, I'm judging this by how much a character makes me feel stuff. You know, that's why I really rate my characters, man. Like, if I was rating this guy as a human, just like Alisae, he would be fucking off the screen in terms of trash. But there you go, man. I think that he wiggles in a B tier as one of the better villains. I think. That's probably generous. I should probably drop him down to B tier because Vorthri's in this tier, you know. But whatever, man. We're going to leave him there. And last up, we have Gaia. Fucking Gaia, dude. Some people really don't like Gaia, man. I don't particularly like Gaia, but I really like ryne and Gaia when they put their dumb heads together, man. Goddamn ryne and their cookies for brains, you know what I'm saying? So I think that Gaia probably deserves a C tier, just because she's looking after little Reinster, you know what I'm saying? So that's it, man. That's the completed tier list, right? Okay, yeah. That's absolutely every fucking character covered. And now real quick, without any explanation at all, will this character, as I move my mouse over them, die or survive through Endwalker? In my humblest of opinions. Oh my god, man. I don't even want to start, dude. fuck, die. Live, come back. Emmet is coming back, dude. Reinster, is she gonna make an appearance? I want to believe that she's gonna come in somewhere, man. Maybe that'll be next expansion. I don't fucking know, dude. Fordola, I hate to say it, but die. Tataru, no fucking way, man. Safe. Live. Urianger, live. Lena, live. Alice. So what do we got here, man? We got... Is Alice gonna die? Is one of the twins gonna die? That's what people are saying, man. Is Alfie or Alice gonna make it? I think they're both gonna survive. I think they're both gonna survive, man. Live, live, live. Live, live. Already gone, thank fuck. Gone. Make a comeback? Gosetsu went on like a pilgrimage, right? Didn't he like give up the samurai way or something? I don't think Gosetsu will come back, actually. Gone. Definitely live. Raha's not going anywhere. Ooh, Imrik. Imrik will live. Imrik will live. Live. Estinian. Oh god. Estinian's gonna die, man, I swear to god. Oh, but then both Thancred and Estinian won't die. One of them will. Right? They wouldn't do it to both of them. Possibly die. Live, 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 live. Possibly. Oh, fuck, man. Master Matoy is not safe. Master Matoy is not safe, man. That's a 50-50, man. Live, live. I don't think they're going to kill Y'shtola, man. I can't see that happen. Live, 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 live. Oh, apart from Zenos. There's no way Zenos can make it, right? There's no fucking way Zenos can make it, man. Zenos has got to go, you know what I'm saying? All these fuckers will live apart from Zenos. Live, gone. Blah, 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 blah. Rauban, live. Blah, 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 blah. Live, gone. A long time gone. And who else we got, man? Do we even give a damn about the trash tier? They could all just die as far as I'm concerned, man. So I'm not even gonna go over those, man. Hey, I want to hear some of your guys' thoughts on this. This is a fucking long-ass video, so I'm gonna wrap it up here without too much further ado. You know what I'm saying? So, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed this happy, long-ass tier list video. Share your thoughts on your favourite characters and least favourite characters down below. Do have a fantastic day, and I shall catch all of you guys just a tad bit later.